Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, checking in on Frostpunk after the release of their new map, The Rifts. This is an endless map. They've named our town Newcastle of the North. We'll take it. It's like a good enough name. I'm going to pause it here real quickly just to explain. So this is a new endless map, and it is very, very challenging. Basically, it's called the Rifts, and we now have the ability to build these bridges. These bridges are very expensive at 200 wood and 150 steel each. And as you can see, once we've exhausted the meager resources in our starting area here, we're going to have to start building these bridges out to these other areas. And that just puts a whole nother layer of difficulty on top of the already difficult gameplay. Now, I usually play on hard difficulty. I'm playing this on medium, and I think we're still going to struggle even on medium because this map is just, this is a toughie. This is for advanced players, really. Of which I would kind of consider myself one, and I know there are people who are playing this map on extreme difficulty, but I can't. I've tried like 3 times now. I can't make a good start of it. All right, so let's get started. We've got 80 survivors to start with here, down around our generator. Let's just set them to do some gathering right off the bat. Before we even start, let's open our book of laws and sign the child labor law. We're going to put the kids to work.
Hear me, hear me.
We've
New
got
law in the city.
So here around this starting area, we've got coal, we've got wood, we've got more coal, we've got wood in the form of trees that we'll need a sawmill for. We've got steel, we've got more steel, we've got wood and steel and steel. So a little low on the wood here, but we do have coal, and we've got this first bridge already built. There's a lot of wood out here to gather, and more coal and more steel. Okay, so we'll just I'm going to change my mind here and take the workers off that. Put the kids on the wood that's closest. Put the put some workers on the wood that's farther away, and then we need a little bit of coal gathering being done. So let's get some workers on that, and then everybody else on the wood out here. As many people as we can put on the wood, including all of our engineers. We have nothing better to do. Actually, I'm going to take we need some people gathering steel. I just need a few people gathering steel here around the starting area. All right, looking at the temperature, it's only -20 right now. So we don't have to worry too much about the temperature right off the bat. We've got a message here. We should build more bridges. Sir, we have built the first bridge. Thanks to this construction, we will be able to reach distant resources. Expanding our city into neighboring areas will be necessary to survive. So yes, we will build more bridges as soon as we can. People are a little upset about us signing the child labor law. Kids should be learning, not working.
Get to work.
William Emerson says we toil all day. Now the kids have to work too. Yes, I'm afraid so, William. This is a tough situation we find ourselves in here. Let's get some construction going. Let's get some tents down. Actually, I don't want a tent there. I'm going to pick that up. We're going to save that spot for a medical tent and start with our tents. I got to zoom out a bit here. All right, that's as much wood as we have right now. I'm going to want to have a gathering post out here, but I'm worried, well, maybe we should do that right off the bat. Let's get a bunch of wood in first off of these piles. And then we'll worry about getting a gathering post up here. It's not even cold enough to warrant a gathering post out here, and we'll be able to deploy 30 people to gather this wood instead of just the 10 that would be working at a gathering post. So we should be bringing in a lot of wood. In fact, here it's starting to pour in already. So now let's get a medical tent up, a medical post, and more tents. Leave a little space for another gathering post over on the other side. Should we keep both the gathering posts? No, okay. All right, that should be enough tents for everyone tonight. Everyone would be able to sleep, have a somewhat warm place to sleep tonight. And now we just got to wait for more stuff to come in. The next thing that we're going to build is going to be a research shop, a workshop. And there's room for that. That doesn't have to be very close. It's got its own heater. So we can put that out here away from the generator. And just watch our people go about their first day's work.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Come on in, guys. Get to work building the places you're going to sleep tonight. And we start with no techs unlocked on medium difficulty in endurance mode. So endless, if you haven't played the endless maps, yeah, well, it's not cold yet, so we're leaving the heating off. Gotta say, conserve our coal. If you haven't played the endless maps yet, we've got two endless modes: endurance and serenity, or is it called serenity? Anyway, so endurance is pretty harsh, and you'll see the temperature is going to be dropping to 20 degrees within 3 days, and the first big storm will not be far behind. So we got to get our stuff up and running quickly here. Speaking of which, let me figure out where did we post our engineers? Our engineers are all out here. All right, well, we'll take 10 engineers off of this wood pile and put 5 on our workshop and start researching what? I want to get a beacon up right away, so let's get that researched, and I'm going to put 5 engineers on our medical post. And we can introduce a new law. I'm going to jump right to emergency shift. Now, we're probably not going to use the emergency shift, but you need to research emergency or pass the emergency shift law before you can get the extended shift law. Extended shift is really what we want.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Jasper Norris says 24 hours on the job? That's insane, but that's our lot. Isaac Jackman says, preposterous. Are you trying to work people to death? Well, I've only signed the law. I haven't actually assigned anyone to work 24 hours yet. All right, these people are all enjoying livable conditions at their their tents tonight. But you can see that we've already got 5 people being treated at our medical post, and that kind of leads me to think that maybe we should get another medical post up. If we get another person who's sick and can't be treated, there's no room for him at the medical post, then I'll build the other medical post. But for now, let's keep the engineers working on that wood pile out there, and keep harvesting wood.
The work shift starts.
All right, so we've got some research coming in now. Our tech research has started here at the workshop. Good, okay. And beyond that, I think we just need to wait. All right, so I'll speed up time a little bit, but we need to make some plans. Let's look around a little bit while we're waiting here. So we've got we already know what's out here. We've got the wood and the steel and the coal. Beyond that, we've got, so here's something new. These are destroyed steam core transports. We can harvest steam cores out of those, but we're going to have to get a bridge over there to get to it. We've got a message from our peeps. A child was injured at work. We'll give the child got distracted at work and has been injured. The accident was not serious and happened entirely due to the child's carelessness, but we're going to give this child a day off to recover, and that raises hope slightly. All right, what else we got going on? Over here we've got wood and steel and more wood to be harvested. More wood crates out there. We're looking for actual resources. That is a coal deposit that we can build a mine on. Sometimes it can be hard to see. That's more coal out there. This is iron ore. We got to get there to build a steelworks as quickly as possible because the steel that we have is not going to last forever. We've got more steam cores over there. More steel, and more steel, and more steam cores, more wood. Coal, 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 and coal. A lot of coal out here. That's coal deposit. Well, I'm only seeing one iron ore deposit. Oh no, here's another big one. All right, so that's what that's probably going to be the first thing we head for is that, because that's only going to take one bridge to get to, versus the steel out here, the iron ore out here, which is going to take two. All right, we've completed our tech research. What's next? Let's get some faster gathering going on and build us a beacon as quickly as we can out here where there's nothing else. Well, the problem with putting it out here is that's kind of right where you'd need to build a bridge across, so that doesn't seem like a great place for it. We want it out of the way, since this doesn't need any heating, and it doesn't need, that's gonna destroy resources. That's not a bad place for it. How about out here? Yeah. Alright, so let's get some people building that up, and we'll get our scouts out as quickly as possible. This game really relies a lot more on your scouts, just due to, all right, we got a new law to do. Let's do extended shift law, and immediately as soon as we sign that,
new law is signed.
Bernice says, what, 10 hours isn't enough? I suppose in our circumstances. And Christopher says, my father used to tell us we're lucky to work 10 hours a day. Yeah, so immediately put our workshop on extended shift. Get our engineers working a little bit harder for us. And yes, all right, our beacon was built. These guys want us to turn the heating on, but it's still not cold enough to warrant that. We got to save our coal. All right, now we've got our beacon up. Sorry, I meant to watch the beacon go up. Sorry, but there's our beacon. Now that we've got our beacon up, we can get a scout team out there, but I'm gonna have to take some workers off one of these piles to do that. All right, send our first scouts out to the ruined warehouse. Get out there, guys. Yeah, it really, what your scouts find and the order in which they find it, when they find it, plays a huge role on this particular map. Just because you need so much steel to get these bridges built, and you need a lot of people, but not too many people. So hopefully our first scout finds some more survivors to bring back here, because we need the bodies. But if he finds two groups of survivors, that's going to flood us and tax our services, the existing services, a lot. Speaking of services, we need to feed these people, which means we need a cookhouse. So let's set a cookhouse up here somewhere. That might not be a good place for it. We want to put it someplace where we have room to expand, because we want to keep it heated, so we'll want to build houses around it to make the most of the heating. And because we've signed the child labor laws, as soon as that's built, I'll move some kids off of these piles onto inside where it's a little bit warmer, and have them work the cookhouse. We're also going to need more food coming in. The food we have isn't going to last very long. We don't have that many warm bodies to mess around with, but let's get at least one hunter's hut down somewhere. So this is where you'd want to put the gathering post, so I don't really want to build there. All right, we'll build there. And hopefully a gathering post here will work. Yeah, all right. We'll be able to put one there for that. Okay, now we'll just speed time up and let these people do their thing. They'll come out here and build my hunter's hut. And then we're going to have to take some guys off of the gathering and put them on the hunter's hut. That means that it's probably time to build a gathering post out here. So we only have 10 people out here doing all the gathering out here. And a road or a street. See, we're already out of steel. All the steel that we're going to have access to is going to come from these. And we have to reserve 150 steel to build a bridge across this next rift and get to the iron ore deposit here and start mining. So we can't be too free with our... We got to keep an eye on our steel usage right off the bat. All right, the cookhouse is up and running. Let's get some children off the cold gathering out here. We only need 5 of them. But once the gathering post is built, we'll put the rest of the kids on the gathering post, and then we'll have protective mother. Mother has refused to let her daughter go to work, afraid she'll get injured. We could look the other way this time, but others might see it as unfair. No, we won't make an exception for this child. I'm sorry, the mom feels bad. All right, now we need to get workers on our hunter's hut, so they go out and get us some food tonight. Actually, that'll be tomorrow night they go out. We didn't get them on there fast enough. People are about to go back to work. And the temperature is about to drop 2 levels.
Work time. Get back to work.
Because it's only 20 below, we're managing the illnesses with only 1 medical post, which is good. We've depleted some wood crates out here already. And now our gathering post is built. So let's get the children, our available children, onto that. And all right, the children here have finished their work too. So we got 10 children on the gathering post out here. We don't really need people on these wood crates anymore. That gives us 5 more engineers to work with. Faster gathering has been researched. Next, I think will be the sawmill, probably. Yeah, I don't think we're worried about the heating just yet. Yeah, we got to start thinking ahead to when we're running out of the collectibles here. Let's research the sawmill right away. And keep bringing in the coal. Do we have anybody working this coal pile? No, and we have some people we can put on it. So let's put 15 workers there. And put another gathering post down out here. Because we got to look ahead as well to when the temperature is dropping. And people aren't going to want to be working these piles without some kind of protection. All right, we can sign a new law. I'm not sure there's anything we really want to sign just yet. Well, maybe radical treatment in case people start losing limbs.
New law. A new law has
The grave
passed.
Leo will be treated despite the risk of their losing limbs. Clem Gage says at least we'll be saving lives. Edith says it may make sense, but it doesn't make it any less cruel. I think cutting off limbs is really considered cruel. We can put... We got nobody to put on these. Where do I have people? Let's see. I've got 15 people there. I got 5 people here. I'm going to take the 5 workers off of that steel and put them on the gathering post here. And we'll put the engineers on there too, since we don't really have anything for them to do right now. Great, we've sped through that research. Good. Let's get the hunter's gear, so they're bringing in a little more food every night. And we got some hungry people here, but there's food. They just haven't found their way to the new cookhouse yet. Scouts have reached the ruined warehouse. Let's see what they found. Explore it. 3 of the 4 walls are still standing, protecting a small stash of snow-covered supplies. With moderate effort, we were able to remove the crates containing supplies from under the snow. We'll put them to good use in our city. We also discovered a new site, the Buried Hamlet. We found some food and some wood. And let's head on to the buried hamlet. There could be survivors at the buried hamlet, which would be great. We need warm bodies. People, you're not that cold. I know the heating is off. You don't have to keep reminding me. It's not that cold yet. We'll turn the heater on tomorrow. But for now, we need to be banking as much of this coal as we can. In fact, we got nobody working this coal pile, do we? I'd like to have some... Oh, we do. We have 15 workers working it. All right, they're bringing that coal in. There's not... These two coal piles are the only coal piles we have. And I'm glad we've got people working on them now before the weather gets too cold, because it's not going to make a lot of sense to... All right, there's only 54 left on that pile. They'll probably finish that up tomorrow. And then we're going to have to build a gathering post out here for this one. It's going to be too cold for them to work it just alone. And we're going to have to research heaters next too. All right, guys, wake up. It's almost time to get back to work, and the temperature is about to fall. Jane Page says we're doing fine, all things considered. Andrew Easton says we've got to hold on. People are depending on us. All right, we've got one person sick and there's no room for them at the medical post where it's now too cold to work, so we've got to get the generator burning. And we've got to get down a second medical post. And get our spare engineers working that medical post as soon as it's up. We can also now build a sawmill. I think we should do that.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
We're going to be running out of those wood crates pretty soon. That looks like a spot for it. Keep in mind, these resources are not going to last forever. Those are finite. So this sawmill will be deconstructed eventually. We don't need it there always. It's just there until we don't need it anymore. Okay. Probably gonna have to tear up that sidewalk at some point. Too cold in the cookhouse. We gotta research heaters next. We can pass another law. I don't know that there's anything we need to pass. If I sign the care house law, we're gonna have to build a care house, and we don't need any. We don't need one right now. Not worried about putting soup down yet. I think that's it. I think we're gonna wait on everything else. Cemetery. Well, if I sign the cemetery law, we're gonna have to build a cemetery. No one has died yet. I'm not going to sign the soup law yet because we seem to be doing okay so far, food-wise. Okay, so get this sawmill built. And our gathering post is gathering. These people are getting a little cold working this coal pile. This coal pile is almost gone. There's only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 pieces of coal left. And now I will take all of those people and put them on the sawmill as soon as it's built. Double rations for kids sounds good, but we can't afford it. We don't have those kind of things. All right, Hunter's Gear researched. Let's get some heating going. We need a heater right away in the cookhouse for one thing. Okay, a citizen became gravely ill, which means we do need the care house now. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if people have to work in such cold. I see, but there's not much for it. We need that coal. I mean, I could build another gathering post, but the gathering post requires 5 steel. Now, 5 steel doesn't sound like much, but we need every bit of steel we can get. Of course, if we leave people out there in the cold like that, they're just going to keep getting sick. I think I should give these people I think I should give them a gathering post there. For one thing, it doesn't seem like a good deal, but it's better than overtaxing our medical facilities, which we only have one of right now. About to build a second one. And right now we've got a lot of workers doing nothing because we're waiting for this to be built. Well, not a lot. We've got 10. And we're going to have to figure out where that last batch... Remind me where that last batch of... Okay, the last batch of engineers is here. We're going to assign them to the medical post as soon as it's built. Come on, guys. Get to work. Get a hammer in. We need that sawmill up. And now we need the medical post up too. People are getting sick out here, working out here in the cold, out on this coal pile. All right, medical post is up. Let's get the engineers off of this, off the gathering post, onto the medical post. Now we have room for 10 sick people. So down here we've got 5 being treated, and then no beds for those 3 that were red at the top there. Now that we've got 10 beds, they're all actually in there. Okay, good. We've got heaters. We can turn on the heater there. Next thing we need to worry about is coal. We don't have a lot of coal. So let us start researching a coal thumper. And guys, you can finish this sawmill anytime now. Take your time, buddies. No hurry. Is it done? It's done. All right, so let's assign those 10 workers there. They'll start work tomorrow. We could even put them on extended shift. Nah, I'm not going to. Our scouts have reached their destination, and they found some survivors. It's just a few shabby huts with snowbanks rising up to their roofs. Incredibly, people live here. There are mostly children here. They are hungry and have insufficient clothing. They will not survive in such conditions. We can either escort them back to the city, send them back on their own, in which case some of them may die, or just leave them here, in which case all of them will probably die, or they may attack us. So we're going to escort these guys back to the city. We need every warm body we can get right now. All right, and then this gathering post is hooked up. Let's take the people off of that cold pile there and put them on the gathering post where it might be a tiny bit warmer. We can turn on the heater in here for when they're working in here, and we'll turn on the heater out here too. That's going to burn through a lot of coal. We've got 700 coal banked right now, but that's not going to last forever. Got to get a thumper down. We've got 5 workers doing nothing right now, but I don't think there's anything. Oh yeah, I can put the workers here where we took the engineers off this gathering post. Now we can put the workers on that gathering post. Alright, just let these guys, I'll speed up time, let them sleep through the night. We are burning coal though. Down to 680. Elizabeth Gage says, let's get to work. We can't let up now. Eva Pemberton says, another day, another shift. Well, that's life. All right, we're people are getting too much sick. I've got way too many sicknesses already for this point. For this point in the game. Because we don't have any more engineers to put on a 3rd medical post without taking them off of our research, which we cannot do. I'm going to put the heater on in the workshop so they don't get sick. Now, turning on all the heaters in all these places should help people not get sick anymore. We've moved them off of the bare coal piles, and everybody's working out of gathering posts now with heaters in them and on. Yeah, all right, we're making headway on the sicknesses. We only have 3 who don't have beds. Great, we've got the coal thumper researched. Let's get a steelworks researched. And let's actually build a coal thumper. That only costs 15 wood, and there's room for it right here. Well, can we get it? I wish we could get it closer to this gathering post so we could use this gathering post once this is depleted. There's only 21 steel left on this steel pile here next to the gathering post, and when that's gone, we'll be able to put the coal thumper right here next to the gathering post. So I'm going to wait and not build the coal thumper just yet. All right, how are our scouts doing? They are 5 hours out, and they're bringing back about 25 people, which means we're gonna need more tents, and we're gonna need a steam hub. That's got to be the next thing. Geez, that should have been what I researched right now. Although the temperature is about to go back up. If it goes back up 10 degrees, if it goes back up 10 degrees, people will be okay in their tents.
End of
All right,
shift. Go
we
rest all who can.
we got all the coal, and now this gathering post has nothing to gather, so I'm just going to dismantle it. And now we've got 10 more bodies to work with in terms of jobs, and I think we should start looking ahead and thinking about feeding these people who just arrived at our city, and we have no homes for them and no food for them. Well, luckily the scouts brought back some food, so okay, so we got to keep this on slow for now and get another hunter's hut up somewhere out of the way. Out here, I guess. No, 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 no. Sorry, I know that seems I'm being a little picky with the roads, with the streets, but you don't have much room to work with here. You just don't. All right, we gotta get freaking tents down for these people, or they're gonna freeze tonight. Let's put the tents around the cookhouse, since we're gonna need heat around the cookhouse too. And reminder, this sawmill's not going to be there forever, so we'll be able to expand this out a little bit. So we need 4 tents. I've got 3 down and a 4th there. It just needs a string. Okay. At least they'll have some place to sleep tonight. It won't be super warm, but it's about to warm up a little tomorrow. Our scouts are here. Now we can send them back out and send them to the supply depot. And we're going to put 15 people on the hunter's hut working as hunters tonight, because we're going to need more food for all these people that just came in. And our medical situation is not good. We've got 10 beds filled, 5 people sick with no beds. We did bring in more engineers, which means in theory we could put down a 3rd medical post. Yeah, I think we're going to need to do that. Yeah, I think we do. Even though we're probably going to make some headway on these illnesses tomorrow when the temperature warms up a bit. Jake Rains says, get a move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. All right, it's warming up a little. I might even be able to, well, let's see. Let's check our heat map here. It's chilly with no heaters on. And right now I'm worried about illnesses more than I'm worried about coal. So I'm going to turn the heaters on at these places out here away from the generator. Steelworks researched. All right. Whoa. Now we need to get the steam hubs going. Ah, that takes 20 steel. We've got 148 steel right now. 150, which is what we need to build a bridge. And we've got 162 of the wood. We need 200 to build a bridge. So I'm going to try to use the very first, as soon as we've got 200 wood and 150 steel, I'm going to build a bridge, whether we need it or not, because we don't want to get into a situation where we're out of gatherable resources and need those resources to build the bridge. We should be bringing in plenty of wood now because we got the sawmill up and running, and we've still got some wood being gathered out here at this gathering post. And coal and steel. $192 wood, 195. We're almost ready to build our first bridge. Gathering post resources depleted. That's back here. Now we can build the coal thumper back here. We're going to leave that, but I'm not going to build the coal thumper right now because we have enough to build our first bridge. Let's get our bridge down. We're going to go to tech. There's our bridge, 150 steel, 200 wood. Boom. Now we have access to an iron ore deposit. Excellent. Very important to get that done out of the way first. We started the mission with 3 steam cores. If you look at the very top here, 3 steam cores. Good. Steam hubs are researched. We probably don't have enough steel to actually build a steam hub right now. Certainly not after we start some research. We need 50 wood. We need to wait a minute before we can start any more research. We don't have enough wood. We'll have enough shortly though. And I can't build that steam thumper because I'm going to need the wood to get some research going. We got 40 wood. Here come our hunters, back from a successful night of hunting. They brought back a bunch of food for us.
It's off time.
We're up to 45 wood. Now nobody's going to be bringing in any more wood tonight. Yeah, no, I'm not going to heat all the homes. I can't. Guys, never accept that quest. That is the biggest way to put yourself in a hole you cannot climb out of. Shoot, I'm going to have to... I need extended shift. You guys get back to work, please. I need a little bit more wood. They'll work for another... They could have worked for another hour if I'd started that a little sooner. Shoot. Well, that didn't bring in any new wood, so now we're just going to have to wait until tomorrow. Rats. Yeah, our people are not super warm. They're chilly in their tents here because we don't have a steam hub down. Steam hubs don't require any wood at all. It's just 20 steel, so I could go ahead and build one. It's just we don't really need it that badly yet. I gotta extend the road out a little bit here to give the steam hub someplace to be built. That's gonna have to do. There's some overlap with the ones in front, but I'd rather have the overlap than not have enough. All right. Well, hopefully that leaves us with enough steel to get the next research going. And our illnesses are back under control. We're back down to, well, 12, for which we would still need this third post here. And we're just kind of barely breaking even on the coal. That's actually, building that steam hub there is going to put us in the red coal-wise, I think. Yeah, but I'm more worried about illnesses than I am about the coal right now. Come on, guys, get back to work. Hurry, 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 hurry. Yeah, the extended shift. Get your butts back in that sawmill. We need wood. 49, 50. Now I think what we're going to be waiting on is the steel. I don't think there's enough to start the next round of enough steel. Oh, we only need wood. Great. Okay. So next round of research is running.
Get going.
The
Time to earn your bread.
temperature is going to drop a level in 1 day. We'll be back down to minus 40. We don't need the heater running in the cookhouse anymore since it's now right next to the steam hub. We also probably don't need the heater running in here. No, we don't. And we might not need it running in... Oh, we do. No, we don't have it running there, and we don't have it running there. Okay, good. Quick way to check that is with the heat map here. Oh, we don't need it running out at the... Shoot! I should have turned it off at the workshop a long time ago. Wood crates depleted. That was... Okay, that was out here. I would build a road. I would connect the bridge. Our bridge has been built. I would connect the bridge with a road right now, but I'm worried about running out of wood. We don't need it just this second. I think it's time to get the coal thumper down. Drawing boards researched. Before I do that, let's see if we can get another research going here. More scouts I would love to have. We also need bunkhouses soon, though, because it's going to be getting even colder. Let's go with more scouts right now. Since it's cheap, it's only 20 wood. And let's see about getting a coal thumper down. Coal thumper right here. It's a good place for it. It's right on the edge of where the steam... Is it within range of the steam hub? I think it is. That's good. So we don't have to worry about running a heater in there once it's built. And then the people we have assigned to this gathering post, I'm just going to leave assigned there for now, since they're going to... This gathering post will be gathering coal that's produced by the coal thumper. Here come our hunters, back from another night's hunt. Bringing back plenty of food to feed everyone for now, but that's not going to last. Our scouts have reached wherever they were going. They're going to explore the supply depot. They found some resources, a little bit of wood, and a little bit of food, and 2 more sites to explore. Let's head out to the Rocky Promontory. Got to get our coal hub hooked up here. Hunters who never get a break are heading back out on the hunt again. Go get them, guys. Bring us back some foods. Hovering right around 700 on the coal, which is enough to last 3 days. And we're building a coal thumper. Oh, is it built? It's built. Great. All right, let's put some workers on that. They'll start working tomorrow. We got 6 engineers, which means we could build another workshop. I'm going to hold off on that. The problem with blazing through the research really quickly is that it's expensive. You know, each new research you start requires wood and steel. And wood and steel are your premium commodities on this map because you need so much of it to build these freaking bridges. So let's just wait and see what happens. Temperature's about to go down again, but I think we're covered in that sense. We could be signing a new law. Oh yeah, I was going to sign the care house law because we do have gravely ill people that need care.
Hear me.
So hope goes up, but we have 3 days to actually build that care house. And I think we are going to, even though it's somewhat warm to begin with, it has a base heating level of 2 and a heater. I think we still want it within range of a hub if possible. It's not going to be possible on this hub. We got to get it. We'll get another. I'm going to wait to build a second sawmill to take these trees out until all these trees are gone. I think we only need 1 sawmill for now. What we really need is to start thinking about getting... Almost all of our gatherable steel is gone, if not all of it. There's just this 1 pile left over here. Oh, no, there are 2 piles there, but no gathering post. I don't have anyone assigned over there. Why don't we do that? Let's get a gathering post over there.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
And again, this gathering post is not going to stay there forever. So I don't really care where I'm building it. I'm just building it in a good place for now. And let's see about... Our wood is in good enough shape that we can extend this road out. There's only a little bit of coal left to be gathered here, only 100 coal, so I'm going to wait until that coal is gone. Then we can take this gathering post down. We can deconstruct it, demolish it, and have a straight shot
Get
from
to
this
work.
bridge to the other bridge with a
Move,
road.
people.
We don't have to
There's
go around the
plenty to
post.
do.
Yeah, get in there, guys. Get a gathering. Our hunters are coming back with the night's catch. More scouts researched. Do I have 5 people to put on that? I don't even know. All right, what's next? What's next? Sawmill upgrade requires a lot of steel. Well, that's 10 steel to do that. Heating, let's start looking ahead to when it's going to be even colder and get some heating upgrades going. Just look at all this stuff one last time. Yeah, we're not ready for bunkhouse. Jeez. Generator power upgrade it is. It's the least bad of all those options. We got to get a care house built soon. Come on, Thumper, Cold Thumper, get thumping. Why are you not thumping yet? There you go. There's a thump. We're on the verge of running out of storage space. Coal pile depleted. That's the one up here. Okay, good. Now we can deconstruct this gathering post, build a road out to the other bridge, and get an iron ore, a steel works built out here. What was that? Did we have our scouts? Why did that just slow down? I don't know. Come on, come on, come on. Come bang this down. Get out there, workers. Oh. Alright, there's our street. Get a street out to the other bridge. And then hopefully we have enough material to build a steelworks. Only takes 25 wood. And a road out to that. And now that's hooked up. Long hours of toil. People are tired of working these extended shifts. I'm not going to address this right now, but I will take the sawmill. I don't want to sign that and take our researchers off their extended shift. We need them on the extended shift. But I will take the sawmill off the extended shift. I think it's time to go, well, let's do medical post upgrade. I can't, I don't have enough steel. Oh, I got to staff this gathering post. Now that I got that, we're good to go. We can staff that with children. And I can staff this gathering post with children too. And have those workers available for the dangerous work out at the steel mill once it's built. And then let's take these guys off their extended. The sawmill will be off the extended shift. Oh boy. Oh, our scouts are waiting. They've reached the rocky promontory where they found traces of human presence in the twisty passages between the boulders. We found several frozen bodies and sleeping bags around the remains of a fire. These people had plenty of fuel and food, but the cold got them anyway. We've got more wood and more food and a new site to explore. Let's head out to the lone boulder. And we do have enough people. No, I'm not going to address the cold homes. You guys are going to have to suffer a little bit. Look around, people. What's with all the complaints? All right. Wait a minute. We need a tech. We have no tech running now. Let's get it. Oh, we still don't have enough steel. Well, we've got kids working this gathering post, which will be working on these 2 piles of steel. And then we've also got the actual steelworks being built out here. It is built. No, it's still being built. And our hunters trudging out into the snow to get us some food. We've been doing fine on the food so far. Unless we find more survivors, I think we're okay with 2 hunters' huts. Alright, well, I have the bodies and I have the wood to make another scout team. So, yeah, let's do it. Alright, and we'll send them out to, let's send them this way, the wrecked vehicle. We could send somebody down here too. Well, an empty shelter might have more survivors in it. Maybe I should send these guys down there. I don't know that we're ready for more survivors yet. Let's stick with what we got. Is there any research I can do that does not require any steel at all? Maybe one of the steel resource ones. No, I haven't advanced enough for that. Wall drill, no, requires steel. I don't think there's anything that's not going to require any steel. We're just going to have to wait. I hate having no tech being researched, but that's just kind of where we are right now. While we wait for this, I will speed time way up. We're burning through coal like crazy now. We gotta do better on the coal collection. We're gonna need a second gathering post here for one thing. I don't think we have the manpower. We have 11 potential workers, 6 of whom are engineers. So Edward says, sometimes I wonder what the purpose of our struggle is. The purpose is to struggle, Edward. That is our purpose. We're doing okay so far. Discontent is not terribly high. People are just upset because we keep ignoring their requests for warm homes and the shift, the ends of the extended shifts, but they're gonna have to just deal with that. All right, now we've got 10 steel. We can do some more research. I'm gonna go with. I think we've got the medical situation in hand. Let's go with the bunkers. Or the bunkhouses, sorry. Bunkhouses, because our people are still living in tents. And it's going to be getting even colder tomorrow. Of course, bunkhouses require steel to build. Which means we're going to have to start bringing in a lot more steel. Is this up and running yet? It is. So let's put some workers out here. Get that actually running. Let's get the heater on out here. That's going to burn more coal. Yeah, the coal thumper is gathering coal faster than it's being collected. So we need to get another gathering post down out here, but we don't really have the manpower for it. We only have one person who's not working yet. I think, did we send our scouts down to that? No, we sent them out to the wrecked vehicle. We need to get somebody down to that empty shelter soon. I'll let these scouts continue out to the wrecked vehicle, but then unless there's another spot that looks likely for having more survivors, I may turn them around and head them back down to that other shelter. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Hold on. We've finished some research here. We've got enough to do some more. Let's get the medical posts going. And I think with that, we're going to call it an episode, our first episode in Frostpunk, the Rifts map.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out today.
The Rifts map, Endless. Endless, the tough one. Shoot. All right, now I'm forgetting what the name of it is. Anyway, yeah, day 1 is done. And we will call it an episode here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy Frostpunk, and we'll see how long we can keep this endless run going. Stay safe and warm, survivors.